How's it going, everybody? Today, another interview with a surfer from the South Shore, and her name is?
Talia.
Talia. And Talia, tell me, so where are you from originally?
Born and raised here in Honolulu.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And when did you start surfing?
I started surfing at the beginning of high school, 14 years old.
14 years
Yeah.
old. And what got you into surfing?
My sister got me into surfing, actually. We were taking a step away from paddling, and she brought me out in the water, and I've been hooked ever since.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what was your first shape? Do you remember?
The first board I had was a 9.0 Morgan. I think it was one of those Olo boards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a hand-me-down from her.
Where are some of the places surfing has taken you? I mean, growing up in Hawaii, I understand it's like, this is like the mecca for surfing. Like everybody wants to come here to surf. But have you been to like any of the outer islands or anywhere exotic to surf?
Not yet. I've been wanting to go. We've been wanting to take a trip down to Mexico to Saladita.
Nice.
That hasn't happened yet.
Yes.
Of course, there was a pandemic last year, which kind of put everything on hold.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to go to the outer islands, Big Island, Honolulu. Just haven't made the commitment yet.
Yeah. So I've actually been to Honolulu, and I got my butt kicked.
Oh.
The current was really bad that day. And yeah, Honolulu is, I feel more comfortable at any beach here. But yeah, Honolulu kind of like whooped me really good. So yeah, and it's crazy that you mentioned Mexico because I actually just came back from the Mexi Log Fest.
Yeah, how was that? It was cool.
It was really fun. Yeah, it was really fun. So, okay, enough about me. What was your first experience with surfing? What did it feel like when you caught that first wave?
That first wave, yeah, the feeling's kind of indescribable. It's kind of like you're flying. Like you just look down and then you just see you're gliding over the water. It's like anything else that I've ever felt before, and it was addicting. Like right away, I knew, I was like, I gotta keep doing this. I can't do anything else but this.
Yeah. And so, has surfing, helped you through the pandemic, like being able to just go out in the water and relieve stress? How's that been for you?
Definitely, yeah. I think it was kind of not fair. Like a lot of people got what they like to do taken away from them.
Yeah.
So like some people didn't even leave the house because they couldn't do what they like to do. But we were fortunate enough that surfing wasn't banned here in Hawaii and in California. They were closing beaches and whatnot. So surfing during the pandemic was definitely a big help with dealing with the stressors of the coronavirus thing. Yeah.
Okay, what are some of your favorite spots to surf here on Oahu and in town?
Definitely rock piles.
Rock piles?
The left, you can find me out there almost any day of the week when I'm off. And if not, I'll like kind of go to bowls, right, but rarely ever.
Yeah.
Usually only winter when all the normal people are off the North Shore or like chasing the big waves, and I'll sneak over to bowls. I live out in Eva, so I'll go out to White Plains every now and then when I don't want to make the drive to town.
White Plains, okay.
White Plains,
okay, we're slowly making our way down there, but she's from Eva, she lives in Eva, but this is her home break, so that's why we're here today. So cool. And then do you ever like head up north anytime or like?
During winter when it's not, you aren't gonna drown.
I'll
go
like
up to the north.
Big.
I'll surf either Chun's or I'll go Puena if it's a little bit bigger. And I still think I can handle, I'll go out there, but not as often. I'm most likely over here catching the ankle slappers during winter time too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So what would you tell like anyone wanting to get into surfing? Like what would be some tips or tricks you would give them to make them feel more comfortable in the water?
I would say to start off with the lesson first. I started off with a lesson, even though I had family that surfed. I think that really helped, just having like the right equipment, and you don't have to like lug it to the beach. They'll bring the board for you, they'll show you a spot, they'll push you and help you out.
Right.
And then I would say, for your first board, look on Craigslist and get something cheap. You don't have to get something nice for the first time.
Right.
It's gonna get bust up either way. So
Exactly.
So start with something that you don't mind.
Exactly. Or even now to start off with one of those wave storms.
Yeah, those are
things
super convenient now.
Super popular everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah. So tell me about the new board you're riding, and she's actually going to give us a tour of the new ride, and she's going to talk about it. But yeah, just tell me about the current board you're riding now.
So I have a Thomas Beckson high heels. I ordered it custom last August.
Nice.
Because of the whole pandemic thing, I didn't get it until April of this year.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I got injured, and then so I just got in the water end of last month. So, or end of May. I got back in the water. It's a 9.5. It's super fun. I was kind of iffy about it because I have another Thomas Beckson that I love, and it's my favorite board for last year or so. So when I got this one and I rode it, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It nose rides great.
Wow.
It turns great.
Yeah.
It's just like the perfect board, especially for out here at Rock Piles. You can make the sections. It's awesome.
Okay, and where does he shape out of?
Australia.
Australia, I thought so. I wasn't sure. So cool. And now we're gonna go ahead and take a tour of our board. So follow us.
So this is a 9.5 high heels model for Thomas Beckson. He worked in collaboration with the pro surfer Karina Rizunko to develop this model. Dims are 9.5, 22, and looks like it says 3.6, 2 7/8. I wasn't particular with the dims. I just let Thomas do his thing. Currently riding an Island Fins. I think it's 9.5 on it. Works really well. I don't think it's too big for the board at all. The board still turns great. Nose rides great, holds the line.
And can you pick it up so we can get a closer look at the fin?
Kind of bumped or scratched up from the reef at Rock Piles, but you know what it's like.
Nice. And so how wide is the board? Like what type of rails?
Rails are kind of pinched. I would say it's 50-50 rails.
Yeah.
But definitely pinched up when you get toward the sides.
Yeah. And I'm starting to hear more and more people riding his boards here in Hawaii.
Yeah, no, definitely. He's becoming more popular, and he's starting to work with some of the local shops to bring down boards. I ordered mine through Santa Loco.
Oh, okay.
So they brought in a big batch, I know, and then my sister got a batch prior to that when he did some boards with Kilio Moniz.
Oh, okay.
So he sent a whole bunch. So she picked one up from that batch, and then I actually got my first Thomas. It's not like this. I don't even know what kind of model it is, but it's from one of his team riders, Zai. I picked that up. I was able to scoop it off him secondhand when he was up on the North Shore. So I totally lucked out with that, and I love his boards.
Yeah.
So I can see why everyone's hopping on it now.
Yeah, literally like everybody is jumping on his board. So when you mentioned it, I was like, wait, that name sounds familiar.
Yeah.
So if people want to follow your surfing, would you be comfortable with giving your Instagram or no?
Yeah, sure. You guys can check out my Instagram page. I'm not that active on it as much as I would like to be. I probably will pick it up more now that I'm back in the water. But my Instagram is Talia MPH, like miles per hour, but not really MPH.
Cool. So you hear that? Talia miles per hour. I like that. If you have a love for surfing and Hawaii, consider becoming a Patreon member, as this would not only support me, but help me bring you more behind the scenes content, stories, and action from around Oahu.